Hello and welcome to CineQuest video. Today on our Halloween specials, we're going to be talking about a new horror film that contains a bunch of horror icons, legends in the horror movie space. It's called Stream 2024.
Let's play ball!
So, Stream is a film that I've heard a lot. There's a lot of hype about Stream. And but before we continue on, I'm Ray. Down below is Roland, and then to my left over here, or to the right, next to me, we have a participant in the movie.
The demon rabbit cyborg.
What do you call yourself, Mr. Killer Man?
He's gonna be like player number
Player
7.
number 1.
Player number 69.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Player number 69, 420. I was trying to be like one of the contestants on Stream, Ray.
Yeah, quiet. I got you.
Oh no, you're gonna sit there and not talk.
I was gonna bring out the kitchen knife to make it, authentic, but nah.
Well,
No.
not for the YouTube sensibilities.
It's the thought that counts.
Yeah.
You might get
Jeffrey Combs here, right?
Speaking of Jeffrey Combs, let's talk about the cast because that's probably the biggest selling point of this film. We have Jeffrey Combs. It's a stacked cast. It's a stacked cast.
It is, dude. For real.
Like, I think Bryce is hurting after his participation in the game here.
There you go.
Well, game's over. I didn't win the money.
Thank you for participating.
I didn't win the money.
So,
Yeah.
who do we got in the cast here?
So we have Jeffrey Combs. We have Daniel Harris.
Top billing.
Top billing, yes. We have Tim Reed. We have Dee Wallace. We have Tony Todd. We have David Howard Thornton, who plays player 2. Let's see. Some of these other people I don't know
Felicity,
very well. I don't know
what's the
some
name
of
of
these
the
people
actress,
well.
man?
Who?
The mangled dick lady.
Oh, if
Felicia
Rose comes
Yeah,
out.
Felicia Rose. She has a cameo.
She has a bit of a
Fucking
cameo.
great.
Well, like pretty much this whole place is like the whole thing
I
is like a
loved it.
cameo.
Tim Curry also has
Tim
a
Curry
cameo
came out.
at
I
the
did
end.
not see that. Bryce let me know that he came out at the very end. I did not see the end credits.
And you don't see his
He didn't have
face
his mask.
either.
Yeah, he's had a mask on, man. But coming out of retirement, man.
Oh man, like I hopefully like he's coming strong, on the road from recovery, because like, yeah, from what I understood, like he had a pretty severe stroke, and like
Yes,
I think he was in a wheelchair, just like in this movie.
he is.
he
He was taking it from. Excuse me.
Did you see the scene, Roland?
Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah, I didn't.
Okay.
So
I almost thought
don't
it
know.
was like, when I was watching it, I almost thought it was like the pilot version of the movie, but then I realized like, oh, it's the same, it's the same stream, but just in a different area kind of thing, because they have multiple iterations of it, right?
Yeah.
Or seemingly that way, which is still cool, because like if anything, if I was going to complain, like I would have liked to have seen his face, obviously, because it's goddamn Tim Curry. But like maybe they should have made his voice just a little louder, because like he's under the mask and it is a little muffled. So
Well, good on you guys
I
for
instantly recognized his voice. I was looking for him through the whole movie. I never saw him. I had no idea that they were gonna do like a after credits thing. But I'm glad he's back. In whatever capacity that is. It was just cool to hear his voice. I know you didn't see him, but it was pretty cool.
It was I had actually kind of forgotten that he was going to be in this, even though that was actually obviously the main interest that I had for this fucking movie was Jeffrey Combs, Tim Curry, Tony Todd, just all of the awesome cameos. What I was thinking what they're going to be, so I was just watching the credits roll, and then I sort of scrolled a little further and saw there was a screen, a couple extra screens, and I was like, okay, let's see what we got. And it turned out to be like a whole extra a whole
Well,
ass
see,
like 3 or 4
I
minutes
missed
or
that
something.
entirely because I was hoping that he was going to come out a little bit like mid credit because I kind of scrolled a little and then I was like, I kind of just gave up. I was like, oh, well, I'm fucking done with this movie.
Yeah, he did. He actually did. It was like kind of mid credit, or maybe you went too far. Even I'm not sure.
Well, again, the cast is the main selling point for this movie, but this movie basically is it's not like a premise that hasn't been done before.
No, it's been
there's
done to
like pretty
death
much
at
like
this
some
point.
underground type of like players that bet on people getting killed, and they're pretty much trapped in a hotel that's been overtaken, and people bet on who's gonna win, who's gonna die. Think of like a cross between like fucking The Running Man and Hostel or Hostel 2 or some shit.
Yeah, it's all a game. Welcome, like Jeffrey Combs sells this movie so fucking well, dude. Like he is the best and top form actor out of everyone that's
Jeffrey Combs.
Well, actually, I mean,
is
come
the
to think
best
of it,
part
I
of this
think
movie.
all of the
he's a class act, dude. I mean, you can't beat him. I mean, he just takes anything he's in and he takes it seriously. And
he's great.
You know what I mean?
He does a fucking awesome job. Like every time I see him on scene, I'm just like, awesome. What is he gonna do? With maybe one or two exceptions. Because I have like a lot of sort of problems with this movie. I was kind of disappointed for the most part.
Yeah.
I will agree with you, Roland, that I was very disappointed with this movie as well.
I really wanted to like this. There are like so many cool elements in this, but like the way it's shot, dog shit.
Dude, it reminded me of a made-for-TV movie, or like
yes,
it was
dude.
a fucking adult Goosebumps episode.
Oh my god, yeah. And like,
I was like, am I watching a Goosebumps episode or something?
And some of the fucking like the decisions that they made for like how the fucking scenes play out. Like there's one fucking scene where the dad and like the I guess the cop, like I don't give a shit about going into spoilers. I want to talk about this fucking movie.
Okay, before you do that
kind of thing.
Before you do that, I just real quick initial reactions. Okay, said Roland, you said you were disappointed.
So,
I said I was disappointed.
disappointed.
But hold on, Bryce. What was your initial reaction after watching this? Like, did you enjoy this at all? Like, or there's elements that we can get into?
I kind of did. It was.
I enjoyed Jeffrey Combs.
Yeah, I mean, this movie lives and breathes on its star power, and that's pretty much all it's got going for it. I mean, some of the kills are okay. Like
they were
effects.
Some,
but it was like I said earlier, I was watching it and I was like, there's something about this, like in a way that
it screams low budget.
Yeah, but it's like it sounds weird, but it almost like brings me back to childhood, because it's like the way it just reminds me of like something filmed in the 90s. Like I know obviously it's got like whatever, like digital cameras and all, but it's like I don't know how to explain it. It's like a made for TV movie is what it reminded me of.
Yeah, but like again, it's like everything. Damn it, I can't quite go into it yet. I'm just gonna say that like again, this isn't a bad movie because it has just so many cool like little details and things that I kind of like. Well, it's just the way it's executed,
Roland,
the way it's shot.
I think you're being a little nicer than I am gonna be, because I was this movie was hyped.
Well, like,
okay, that's the unfortunate
I can't really
thing,
criticize it without spoiling something.
Right. Well, we'll spoil some stuff in just a minute, but I just need to like say that this movie was hyped. All right, and I've seen people online say like this is like one of the best movies of the year as far as horror is concerned.
What?
Right? Yes, I've heard that. Right, and this is the reason why I wanted to see it. And like they named the star power that this movie has, and like you're like, oh, like how can it go too wrong, right? And frankly, this movie was way too long. All right, it was shot terribly. The story is crap.
Well, do you remember that we went and saw The Crow when this movie, and we were so like, oh my god, I can't believe we missed this to go see The Crow. And, it was not gonna be in theaters and shit for like a limited time.
The Crow's still worse than this movie.
I saw the same thing. A lot of people online, like Instagram, were like, oh man, like Jeffrey Combs, Tim Curry's back. Like this movie's so awesome, and I was like, damn, I can't believe I missed this in theaters.
No.
Yeah, I look. Frankly, I probably would have. I would have preferred to watch this than The Crow. But I mean,
come on. I think you would have rather seen a nail coming into your eyeball than see The Crow, man.
I mean, we could have watched Wicked Prayer again.
Yeah, I would have preferred to see Wicked Prayer back on the big screen than the new Crow movie. But anyways, this movie is too long. All right. Again, the story is just bad.
This movie should have been like an hour and a half tops, maybe.
This movie should have been like 70 minutes. All right, this could have been 70 minutes of a movie.
There was a lot of like unnecessarily long shots and just like pointless fucking dialogue.
But the problem is, I did not care about any of the characters. I didn't care about any of them.
No.
All right.
The only thing I liked about the characters was that it was a little harder to like just think, oh, are they gonna survive? Is this gonna be like a goddamn PG-13 kind of murdery bullshit? And that was kind of slightly refreshing, but still ultimately fucking disappointing because like at one point it's so stupid that it seems like it's like a comedy bit, you know, at the end with the fucking dad, the daughter, and the son. And
scare tactics or something.
Yeah, dude. And then like, you know, okay, now it's just the daughter and the son, like.
Yeah. Look, I thought, okay, there was so much. As much as this movie was bad, let's just like jump into it, okay? So I think the first person like that I noticed,
the actors are terrible. They're terrible.
I like the actors, some of them. I mean, Danielle Harris is Danielle Harris. She's gonna play the same kind of person in every movie. She gets the worst kill, I think. I think she gets the worst kill.
Who's this one?
The mom, Danielle Harris.
Mom. Oh, yeah. I was trying to think of like other things I'd seen her in.
Halloween 4, 5, Halloween remakes. She was in Roseanne.
Don't Tell the Mom the Babysitters.
Don't Tell the Mom Babysitters. Yeah, she's been in forever, dude.
I knew I've seen this chick in like so many fucking things.
Yeah, no,
she's gonna be in the remake. She's helping to executive produce the Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead.
Speaking of executive produce, did you know that Damien Leone was a producer on this?
And he did the effects.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can he did, yeah. You can tell you know what's funny, because like one of the players is David Howard Thornton, the guy who plays Art the Clown. I was like, the minute I saw him, I was like, that's Art the Clown right there. That's him right there. He's just doing the same
who's this
thing.
Art the Clown looking motherfucker?
Please tell me it's one of the players, right?
Yeah. The one that's like always doing the fucking
guy who's like dancing around.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was like, this has got to be. This is like.
I was gonna ask you guys.
Dude. I was like, what is going on here?
I was gonna ask you guys, man. I was like, why is he doing the fucking like Terrifier bit? And I was like, what are the odds that it's him?
No, I knew exactly. I knew it was him immediately. Like I knew David Howard Thornton was in this. I was like, that is Art the Clown.
Yeah.
He's doing the
I wanted him to die the second he started doing the ballerina shit, and I was like, oh, fuck off. Just get the fuck out of here. I hated it so much.
Guys, I gotta ask you, like, since we're like getting into the movie and all, but like, speaking of those twins or whatever, like the dancing lady and then that guy, when they showed dude, I thought it was gonna be like much more comical than it was, because when she came out and you just saw the silhouette, I thought that was like a fucking Sailor Moon mask or something that she had on.
Yeah, I for a second that's what I was thinking.
What is the Sailor Moon?
I was like, what are these stupid weird pigtails? Jeez. Yeah, and then it turned out to just be like a shitty mask from Spirit Halloween.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I hated their characters. They were so annoying.
The thing is
both of them should have gotten their asses kicked by any one of those fucking guests. The fight scenes, they were choreographed was so fucking bad, dude. It was so goddamn bad, like how they would fight. That was one of the things that annoyed me about Jeffrey Combs, when they put him into a fight scene, and I'm like, no, don't do this, come on, don't, fuck, this is dumb.
Look, Jeffrey Combs in every bit of this was the highlight of this movie for me, because I can watch him act all day long.
Yes,
and it could as bad of a movie as I think that this is. Jeffrey Combs just upped it a few points for me just because of that.
Watching. Yeah, at least.
Any movie that Jeffrey Combs is in and he's like one of the main characters is worth watching. Like no matter how the movie is around him.
A couple of levels instantly, and he is awesome.
Yeah, he's great.
Like
but yeah, I thought I found it funny when Felicia Rose came out, and she just like, again, they're not great actors,
she's
right?
pissed off.
She was just like, hey, and then at some point she does like the scream. She does the fucking face from fucking Sleepaway Camp. I was just like, oh God, stop.
Yeah.
Don't.
Oh, she loves it.
Look,
it's funny.
Great. I know she's gotten more mileage out of that fucking face
I want
than
it.
like
I want more of that. I love
else.
I love that tongue-in-cheek camp. It's the best.
Right, but the thing is that like,
it was weird when Tony Todd brought out the bees.
I thought it was weird seeing him with his like monologue at the end of the movie.
Like that was odd. Like I was like,
why are you like leaning into the back seat from the front seat of the car?
And then they're pouring
gasoline on the car while he's in there. I thought they were like on fire while he was in there. I was like, what the hell?
For a second, I was thinking, I was like, they're not going to do that.
There was a point where they're putting gas, and I was like, Tony, look behind you, like.
Yeah, I know. That's what I thought. I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
They trapped you, Tony. Again. They trapped you, Tony. But yeah, like it didn't make any sense as to why they were blowing up the car. Like I didn't get it. Like it is cool, but like it didn't make any fucking sense.
That's
so
in the pyro budget. Okay.
I mean, we did mention Tim. You did mention Tim Reed, right? That was the
he's a cop.
The cop.
Yeah.
Yeah, from well, he was in the original It miniseries, right? That was Mike.
Yeah.
Mike Hanlon.
But you know what the thing about him though too, like I felt like he was phoning it in like hardcore.
He kind of
like it was.
I think
bad.
he was, but only because like his lines were shit, and like it's not that his acting was shit, it's that his direction was like. It didn't make any fucking sense. He was a retired cop that has a gun that he carries all over the place that somehow doesn't use it half the time or loses it at another point and then lets someone else fucking pick it up and then and I was like, just shoot the motherfuckers, you know? And like the only time it made sense, it was in the end when he had the heel turn. Because otherwise, like it would have been dumb as hell. Like that is the only thing that makes sense to me, because otherwise it was just so fucking bad. It was very like it just seemed lazy or low effort. That's maybe
this
what it was.
movie seems to me that they just created the premise and then like half-assed everything around it. So they go like
you just like walked around a fucking hotel resort for a weekend. Let's
get these people in a hotel where they're gonna be hunted, and then let's get a bunch of like horror icons to be in this. And then we'll just kind of like improv the story as we go along, because like none of it really made any sense. Like the people that kind of came in, like remember that couple that's fucking like and they just
it was the worst fight scene ever.
They leaned in on that fucking scene for a while. I was like, this is kind of going on like a long time.
Well, that's kind of another thing too. Is like actually now that you mention it, I think it more reminds me of like a Cinemax like After Dark thing, because that's kind of the vibe I got from it in a way.
But it was another one of those scenes that, of all things, a fucking sex scene, watching titties bounce all over the place, and it dragged. Yeah, what the fuck is this? How do you guys make this boring? What is going on? Like, too many of these scenes like could have been like cut, and that includes the fucking horror, especially any struggle fucking scenes. Like, oh, they're fighting down the hallway or some shit like.
Yeah, I feel like any of the like sex or nudity, it was kind of just like shoehorned in, because there was also the scene where the dad goes and knocks on the door to like tell him to keep it quiet. And there's like with the two girls just making out on the bed, and there's like a dude. Yeah, it's just I don't know. I was
strange. Like, is this guy
And then when the couple comes out, like the twins are, I call them twins. I don't know if that's what they are, but like the pair of killers comes out.
Yeah, go ahead. That's fine.
And then they're like, oh, it's kinky. Like they think they're gonna.
Yeah, they immediately get horned up again.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? So okay, I think. What do you guys? So I have a theory that probably would have fixed most of or accounted for the bad writing, the bad, the bad filming, the bad shots, like everything. If they'd have put like a 70s,
go
80s, like fucking grindhouse filter over this movie, because then at the very,
or what?
Yeah, it was too like that would have probably, if they had set this thing up like an actual old schlock shit like horror movie with all of it, because it had all of this bad acting, all of this, like it's just almost like it's almost so bad that it's like one of those fucking, what do they call them, vanity movies, where it's like one person is the main character, they're the like director, the producer, the or whatever.
Oh, we saw
the
one of
total
those.
badass
Remember?
chosen one.
Remember we saw one of those?
Huh?
What was that? The Inherit the Witch movie?
Oh,
You forgot it already. With that guy who was like, he was the writer, director, like editor, like he was did all these scenes, and then
Professor the Alan Rickman looking motherfucker.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah. See, I don't know if this was that, but
Alan Rickman's stunt double.
Man, like I was just really like an hour into this movie. I remember like pausing it and going like, how long is this movie? And I looked, I was like, I still got a fucking hour, bro. Like I was so bored already. I was like, this movie has to be over.
I had to fight that urge so bad throughout the movie until when I finally checked, I still had 30 minutes left. I was so fucking annoyed.
No, I was annoyed. I had an hour left. I was like, where can they go from here? Like it should be ending in like 25 minutes or 20 minutes.
It should not have. This movie was.
I was
really bad.
I was just disappointed with this movie so much, and again,
really bad.
I loved seeing everyone on screen though. I did love seeing everyone on screen.
Put Jeffrey Combs in another H.P. Lovecraft adaptation, please. Like,
oh man,
give him something like that. Like, don't put him in this.
Yeah, no,
yeah,
he's wasted in this shit, dude. Like,
top billing.
He had no one to really act off of, man. Like he was pretty much just selling it by himself.
Roland, he doesn't fucking need to. He can do monologues the whole movie.
Yeah, he had to, like, fuck, at that point. Look what he had to fucking work with. The people, the chick that played the actress that plays Taylor's character,
daughter, right?
Like, yeah, I hated her character.
I couldn't stand her either, dude. Like
her face, dude, like it doesn't move. She's got like too much lip injections or Botox or I don't know what. She like, and then also when she does talk, she does the hi, she like
she has a bit of an
jaw
underbite.
Forward, dude.
She has a bit of an underbite, yeah.
And then she has too much teeth when she talks. She's a huge fucking mouth. It's like a damn
Let's just say her acting is bad.
I don't know,
like, not gonna lie though, man. I kind of I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what it is about it, but she does it for me.
I'm not saying she's not attractive. It's just. There are so many things.
I didn't care for her acting, but she
it's not good.
Ray, she's from a TV series or like was kind of big. Was the Sex Lives of College Girls or something like that.
I was gonna ask you.
Is
like,
that
I don't know.
Is that Cinemax Erotica?
No, it's not.
No, I think it's like a.
It sounds like it, but it's not. It's kind of like on par with Euphoria and stuff. I don't know if she's real big right now on anything else, but I found it interesting that she was on this movie. I guess she doesn't have anything to do. But
it shouldn't look like she's in anything that I know about. Just a lot of TV series. The earliest thing she's in is from 2020. So no, it looks like she's very, very, she's a very recent actress. I don't know. Like if she acts like I haven't seen in anything else she's been in, but if it's anything,
I haven't seen that show. I just yeah. I don't know, man.
I again, like the lines for this movie are dumb. She fits like a stereotype. She's the rebel
yeah
kid, you know,
but like a little over the top with the.
It's like it's a little too fucking stereotypical because it's just like to a point of like parody where like she's dropped off by the cops in the beginning of the movie, and then like her parents literally tell her, go to your room, we have to have a conversation. She's like, oh my god, you guys are taking things so out of like whack, you know, like what, bitch, you could have just
like the mom is kind of like facilitating it by being like, I don't care if you drink or whatever.
A little later, she's the cool mom. She's like, no, it's you can go get some, you can go get laid or whatever. She's like, I saw those cute French guys. Like, like this is weird, but whatever. You do your thing.
I will say we're doing a lot of I think we're pretty established on what we think about this movie. All right, it's a
It
7.
has so much fucking potential.
Yeah.
Like
It does.
God,
It
damn
does.
it! I don't understand.
But as we wanted to keep these ratings short, I'll give you one last bit of thoughts you want to put into this, Bryce. If you want to give your last thoughts before we give our ratings and we close out this episode, because frankly, I mean, at this point, there's not much that we can say as far as like we already said enough about the story, the characters, the acting, the kills. It's all kind of like not that great. So if you want to give any more thoughts about it.
The only final thought I'll give on it is remember how we talked about Ray on the Crow when it got released. You notice I think it's always a bad sign when a movie has a shit ton of executive producers.
Yeah.
Oh no!
This movie had nowhere near as much as The Crow. Like The Crow had like 3 pages of executive producers, but they had a lot of executive producers on this movie. So I don't know what happened. Like again, like maybe this was a fault of like they didn't know what direction they wanted to take the movie. Maybe there was too many hands in the cookie jar saying like, no, this needs to be like that. And at times, like I felt like it didn't know what it wanted to be. There was like this weird like family drama like movie in a way. Like you could have taken out all the horror and put this in like a fucking Hallmark or a Hallmark channel or Lifetime channel and have it be with the dad and then the son. It was kind of bizarre in some spots, but I don't know. To me, I would say that I don't think they knew what they wanted to do with the movie, and that's why I think it's what
maybe
suffered from
not.
personally. But I don't know.
Maybe they were just running on the cred from producing Terrifier.
Maybe. No, well, that may be the case, but I think they were also just banking on the fact that they had the star power, and the horror fans are going to come and watch that. But I mean, if you don't produce a good movie in general,
well, how much did Leone have? How much did Leone actually have?
I think his no, he didn't direct it at all. Like he didn't write or direct this movie. He did some. I think they had maybe a producer credit, and he did special effects.
Levy directed this one.
They did special effects work, you know.
Michael Levy?
Yeah.
Hold up. I was just taking a look. See, I mean the Terrifier stuff. He was he's a producer in Terrifier 2 and another movie called Abnormal Attraction.
Shit.
Let's see. I mean, he did a documentary where he
let's just say Homeboy needs to stick with producing.
Yeah, maybe
directing that may not be a strong suit here.
They need to. If this guy helped write it, which it seems to be the case. Him and his brother Jason Michael Levy.
Yeah, and some other person as well.
I don't know.
There's like 4 people who wrote part of this movie.
Devin Sala.
But
it looks like they're another person from producer.
If 4 folks got together and maybe this is their first attempt, I can give them some leeway, but like you can't depend on, you can't have the opportunity to get all these people together and put them in a bad movie. You can't do that. Like
it
it's just
feels like this might have been their first like writing credit.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
Sure, because like everything I'm looking at, these guys says producer.
And I'll tell you what makes me sad about it, because it makes me wonder how much money everyone took for this movie, man. Like Jeffrey Combs, you deserve so much better. Okay,
you do.
Maybe, yeah. Fuck. I'm trying to look to see how if I can find some information about the amount of money it costs
production?
to make this. Stream was financed in part by crowdfunding campaign on the website Indiegogo. Okay, that explains it. It raised over 180 grand. Okay. Okay, so it really was on a shoestring budget.
Look,
and it looks like they spent all that money on the fucking cameos.
Look, you can't. That can't be an excuse anymore, because, like the Terrifier movies,
it shouldn't be.
The Terrifier movies have done even probably with less money, or like, and they did enough They had enough creativity involved to make it a fun movie. It may not be the best story, but it's fun nonetheless. And you can't tell me that these producers couldn't come up with something more fun than this, or whoever's edited in this. Like,
on
it's
the
just
star
terrible.
Power and then not on the writing, on the writers. That's
what I'm
the way
saying is that like they've had enough experience to see like how to put together some kind of narrative. And they're gonna do this with all these this whole cast. Like, that's ridiculous.
I would say all of these dudes not like the administrators, but the actors that they hired collected a paycheck, and that was pretty much it. I'm really kind of annoyed, dude, a little bit. If this was the movie that we didn't get to meet Tony Todd at the comic convention for, that would be super funny. That would be super fucking funny. You remember, he couldn't go because he had to do some fucking work.
No, it can't be this one. This one's just recent. Right? Like we went to that convention a long time ago. Oh wait.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Ray, what you don't know is this.
It was this convention, wasn't it? It was this recent convention here in McAllen.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck.
That was in May.
Damn, that was
This
the
film
case.
was released theatrically in August and digitally, this month.
Dude,
I kind of wonder
for this small role, you gotta be shitting me. No, I'm not gonna.
Hey man, Tony Todd's like, wait, I can't do it. I have something very important I need to attend to.
I've got to say hello to nerds.
Yeah, I have to suffer.
No.
I have to suffer for my art. Okay, I can't attend these conventions.
Yes.
I'm making a masterpiece here.
Anyways, or
so
maybe he was like, I gotta be there for my friends, which was all deep like.
Yeah, dude, I would have done it just to fucking chill with all these people,
fine,
dude. These are, oh my god, like this is such a fucking cool cast of just so many awesome goddamn people.
All right.
I mean, Dee Wallace is cool alone. I'd ask her about Cujo. Ray could probably bother her about E.T. or Critters.
Yeah, sure. All right, ratings. I'm gonna go first on this one, all right, because I'm just really bummed out. And on top of that, Bryce and I had to spend money to purchase this movie instead of just rent it. So there's that. I own it forever.
Yeah, I gotta bring you your half. Actually, Ray, I think I may not. You subjected me to this. That's how I see it.
The check is gonna bounce, Ray.
I'm gonna give this movie
He's gonna charge back
1.5 out of 5, and that 1.5 is strictly for Jeffrey Combs,
the stars
in this movie, because Jeffrey Combs got the whole point. The rest of the stars got the halfer because they weren't in it for very long. And I got just teased with their appearance, and that was annoying to me also, because they're all great. Man. They're all great, and I got teased with that, and it was really pissing me off. Because on top of that, I thought Daniel Harris would at least get a final girl kind of like arc, but like they gave these other people that I didn't give one shit about. They gave them the rest of the movie, and I was like, no, I don't like that at all.
And it was dumb. It was
It's funny though. I bet you they had Tim Curry. They probably had him in somewhere in the middle of it, but they're like, "Oh shit, you know what? We gotta put him further down so people will watch the whole thing."
Yeah,
they put him after the credits because they're like, "We gotta have something."
This will get him.
Looking to find him somewhere.
They did the same with Tony Todd. That's why he's at the end of the fucking movie.
Yeah. All right, 1 out of 5.
Maybe.
1.5 out of 5 for me. So. Bryce, right. Since we were discussing this and wanted to go for it, what do you give this rating? Give this movie, or what rating do you give this movie?
I think I'm just gonna have to copy you, Ray, and say it's a 1.5. I would even probably maybe go lower, but it's just because of the hype that I was, you know what I mean? I just felt like I was so let down. Like I was pretty excited to see Jeffrey Combs again. And the talks of Tim Curry being in the movie, but even that was like cheapened because he was in a fucking mask, which pissed me off. It's like, I don't know. Yeah, man, I'm going to give it a 1.5. It was very disappointing. It was all just really to have a bunch of the actors in it for a bit. And that was really all it was. That's the whole point of the movie. And it was sad.
All right, Roland, what about you?
Talking about all this crap here with you guys, I went into this really trying to like this fucking movie. And by the end, I was just really fucking annoyed that like they saw this cool shit and these guys just wasted it. All these fucking cool. I'm even more annoyed after the fact when I look up IMDb and I see like, what the fuck why did they not have, like, you guys are fucking stupid. So I give this a little nice flat fucking 1 because like this movie was hyped to shit. And it just ended up being absolute garbage. These guys their writing was trash. I don't know whose fucking idea it was to do that, but it was very irritating. The family also really dumb.
I do want to call like bullshit on some of these movie reviewers out there who were really hyping this fucking movie up, and I think they were just either they didn't see the movie or they were only going off of the fact that the actors were going to be in this fucking movie, and they were already talking it up like it was like one of the best horror movies of the year. And I mean, I might be hard pressed to find it. Maybe I was just thinking that in my head. Maybe I made the whole thing up.
There is so much that could be improved in this movie if they actually just cut some of the. If it was better edited, yeah,
it's just a terrible movie.
If they had done a good job, they could have taken out so many of the stupid little tussle struggles and weird, awkward fights that made no sense, or whatever,
But
I hated that Terrifier shit. Seeing him do his little fucking thing.
See, I didn't mind that because I already know his way of doing shit. So I didn't mind
the reference
because I know who
I'd forgotten.
I already knew what he was doing, so I was just all right, I get it.
Yeah,
but
I
do want to before we
it's appropriate, I'd say. Yeah,
before we end off on this episode, and before we have any more bad things to say about it, I do want to say one more thing. I want to just say that Jeffrey Combs, Daniel Harris, Tim Reed, Dee Wallace, Tony Todd, even Tim Curry, David Howard Thornton, and Damien Leone, you all deserve to be in a better movie or to participate in a better movie. I know friendship is real. I've seen the buddy bands in Saved by the Bell. It really brings people together. But sometimes you got to just be harsh and be like, this is not good.
Fuck that.
And don't subject fans like us or fans in general to reeling us in with a bad movie, even though you're a part of it. It just sucks. This could have been, again, much more potential. You have all this star power, Felicia Rose too. You should be in a better movie as well. But yeah, I don't blame you guys. I did like the camaraderie that y'all have working together. That's great. I hope to see it again, but I just hope to see it again in a better movie.
We are gonna be friends.
If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and rate and review us on any of the podcast platforms that you are listening on or watching. We appreciate you. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Laters.